welcome to Full Spectrum Science Shorts. I'm your host, Ron Hipschman. Today, we're going to explore the scale sizes and distances of the Earth-Moon system. And, as a bonus, we're going to learn something about an amazing coincidence that involves the rest of the planets in the solar system. So, let's get started. Here, we see the comparative sizes of the Earth and Moon. The Earth is about 8,000 miles in diameter, and the Moon is about 2,000 miles in diameter, about a 4-to-1 ratio. This is how we normally see the Earth-Moon system presented in books and slides. Earth and Moon are pictured at the correct size ratio, but the distance between them is way too close. For instance, here's a diagram from a college-level astronomy book I just took off my shelf. Again, the Earth and Moon are presented at the correct sizes, but not at the correct distances. As you'll see, I'm not criticizing the book's author for this. It's really a matter of practicality. I'm guilty of the same offense. Here, you see a slide of the Earth and Moon I created for a presentation about the tides. Notice that the high tide bulges of water follow the Moon as it orbits the Earth. The two are correctly sized, but way too close to each other, not to mention the Sun over on the left-hand side of the frame. If we were to take our original illustration of the Earth and Moon and make the distance between them properly scaled to their sizes, it would look something like this. And now you can see why it's not practical to have both the size and distances scaled properly in books and illustrations. The Moon is on an average about 240,000 miles from the Earth. That's about 30 Earth diameters away. The Moon is really far. Now, what about that amazing coincidence I promised you that involved all the other planets in the solar system? Again, this is just a coincidence. It's not some indication of some grand cosmic plan. Did you know that you could place every other planet in the solar system, scaled correctly, between the Earth and the Moon, and that they fit almost exactly? Let's take a look. The Earth is already here. But let's add Mercury, Venus, Mars, giant Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and tiny Pluto. Sorry, Neil deGrasse Tyson, that's the way I learned it. They fit all the planets almost perfectly between the Earth and the Moon. Isn't that cool? To give you some perspective, though, we should compare them to the size of the Sun. Whoa! Remember that the Earth is 8,000 miles in diameter. The Sun is 800,000 miles in diameter, 100 times as big. Of course, that means the Sun is 100 times as wide, 100 times as tall, and 100 times as deep. That's 1 million times the Earth's volume. Not only could you put 1 million Earths inside the Sun, but Earth would comfortably fit inside almost every sunspot you see on its surface. If you're interested in exploring the scale of the solar system, let me suggest a web page for you on the Exploratorium site. This site, Build a Solar System, is a calculator that will allow you to build your own scale model. Let me click the link at the top of the page here and bring up the live page. Let's scroll down past the instructions to get to the model. Here we are. All you need to do is decide how big you want to make the Sun. For instance, say we want to make the Sun a sphere about the size of a bowling ball, maybe about 8 inches in diameter. We enter that figure in the left-hand box here if you're entering it in inches, or in the right-hand box if you're entering it in millimeters. So let's enter 8 inches in that box, and then we press the Calculate button to fill out the rest of the table. In this model, with a bowling ball Sun, tiny Pluto is a grain of sand only 1/100th of an inch in diameter that's located over 2,800 feet, half a mile, away. With this table, you can build your own solar system model, and you'll learn why it's called space. This has been Full Spectrum Science Shorts with Ron Hipschman.